welcome to Fairyland Cottage, and thanks very much for joining me here today. I'm going to share with you how I make some scrap apple vinegar. Now this is a great way of reducing waste, so when you're using your apples, just keep the cores and the skin, and I will show you how to make this recipe. First of all, you will need some apples. Now I did this when I was making some apple crumble. I just kept all the skins and all the cores. And don't worry if the apples are bruised in any way. Once they're not moldy. What you need to get yourself is a wide mouthed glass jar. Glass is the best one for fermentation. And what you do is pop everything into it. I used about 6 apples. Then you're going to pour some water on. Now you want to make sure that the apples are all under the water. And throw on some granulated sugar and give it a really good mix. So when you mix it, it basically starts the whole fermentation process going. And then what you need to do is put a weight inside it because you want to make sure that the apples are all underneath. And I've left just descriptions on the exact recipe down in the description box. You can have a look. And what you need for this type of fermentation when you're making vinegar is you actually need oxygen in it. So you want a kind of a oxygenated little cloth on top, or a muslin cloth or cheesecloth. And then it needs warmth and it needs darkness. So I put it in a corner in my kitchen that's warm and that's dark, and this will give it the perfect environment for the fermentation process to go about. For the first few days, you might not notice anything. So what you want to do for the first few days to a week is just keep stirring it. Anytime you think about it, when I go into the kitchen and go make a cup of tea, anytime I think of it, stir it. And this basically brings about the process. And then after about a few days or a week, you'll see all these lovely bubbles. And this is it all working perfectly and bubbles on the top. And this is like exactly what you want to see. So you keep then stirring every so often, every time you think of it. And then after about a week or two, you'll notice that the bubbling and it's all kind of stopped. And then it's time to strain it through a cheesecloth again into another jar. And you can squeeze out all the little extra juice. You just don't want to lose any of it. What's really important then is to check to see whether it's the taste or not, because what happens in the fermentation process is it goes from the alcoholic stage and then it gets metabolized into acetic acid, and that's the vinegar. So tasting and smelling, your nose and your mouth, trust them, they'll tell you how it is. And when you know that it's all, it's pretty much finished, you can close the container off and just kind of burp it every so often. Now I burp it because it can keep fermenting even more, but you just don't want the pressure to build up. Otherwise you may have an explosion. And then I use it for cleaning. I use it for fabric softener. Use it for your health. It's fantastic. So that's it. I really hope that this has been a benefit to you to kind of like break it down, and it's really simpler than you think, and it's a great way of saving waste. And any questions you have, just let me know down in the comments below, but it's so worth a try. And also, if you don't have enough apples at the time, just pop them in the freezer, and then when you've got about 6, it's perfect amount to make yourself a good decent amount of vinegar. Don't worry if it doesn't taste as sour as, say, shop bought apple cider vinegar. It will get stronger as the months go on. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed this video now, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.